Yeah, I was talking last night to a couple of mates of mine, and they said, "Why do I hate Johnny Bindon so much?" Yeah, and yet I used to see him with my father-in-law and all that, and he was around mother-in-law's house and all that, and crash when the old man was still in prison, you know. So I said, "Look," I said, "the reason that I hated him, that it's nearly killed me." You know what I mean? I know we had a few fights, and I said, also, you got to remember that he knocked me out outside the Cromwellian years ago when I was a kid. Well, not a kid, but a bit younger than what he was. Maybe 6 years younger than what he was. Yeah. So he took a liberty really, but I come back and I bashed him up, and then he come back and he bashed me up. It was one of the things, isn't it? You know, bash for bash. And I said, the last time, right, me and him really had a meet. I said, not such a meet. I said, he comes from Kingston behind my back uh, and hits me with an iron bar and hammer and smashes me to pieces. I'm not only am I with my missus, Danny, and the baby, he don't care. He just bashes me up and I nearly die. And then people say, why do you hate him so much? I mean, it took me, what, a year, 18 months just to get myself together. Because you got to remember, when people get a good audience like that, yeah, they don't really come back, do they? Don't they? Just like, I don't know, just go to pieces. Look at Anthony Cliff Fields, Cliff Fields got a bit of glass in his eye and just went to pieces. And, next thing you know, he's got right involved with a drink and died. You know, when I see him, he looks, well, it broke my heart to see Cliff Fields that way. But that's what happens with people. People get a good hiding, and they go right the other way, you know what I mean? They go to pieces. But as I said, I got a good hiding from Johnny Bindon, a real good hiding, and and I was lucky that I pulled through, and I was lucky that I was still around. But I went back to him, but he died of age. Yeah, he died, so he was lucky, I suppose, in a way, because I would obviously say that it had come from one of us getting killed. You know what I mean? It ain't. I don't want it to be me. Anyway, yeah. So and also, my pals are saying about Bindon being a pimp, and I said, a pimp. A pimp for who? Why would he be a pimp? They said, well, we fancied that he was a pimp for the Krays, getting Krays boys and all that. I said, don't be silly, but I have heard bits and pieces about that. I did say once before myself that he was more like he getting little boys for the Krays. But you don't know. You don't know. Why would he be wrapped around the Krays? It don't seem right. I know he was younger, but it doesn't seem right that he was wrapped around them. But he was wrapped around Charlie and Eddie Richardson. I mean, he used to do a lot of their enforcer work, getting money back for them and all that. Don't forget, you got people like Bindon that he was a good enforcer. I mean, if he was on your case, he would get the money for you, yeah? Even if he didn't keep it, but he would get it, yeah? Then they said he was a coke dealer. No, he wasn't a coke dealer, mate. He didn't go around bullying people for coke. Mind you, I can't say that. He might have gone around bullying people for coke, but he wasn't a coke dealer because he used to take too much of the shovel. He used to take too much. For people that take too much of the coke are not coke dealers because there's no profit in it. All it does is pull up their nose, and there's no profit at all. Eddie Richardson and Charlie Richardson loved him, yeah. And also, don't forget, so's Joe Pyle, like Johnny Bindon, because Joe Pyle used to spar with Johnny Bindon, you know what I mean? And while Johnny Bindon was going to fight McLean, wasn't he? Lenny McLean. And also was Shaw used to fight with Johnny Bindon. Johnny Bindon was an handful, you know. He could have a fight, you know what I mean? But the only thing with Johnny Bindon, he didn't want to lose, and he always carried big knives around, mate, and he want to stab it to death. You know what I mean? That was the only problem, you know. And when he even done my mate Jimmy Wall, well, my mate Jimmy Wall tried to get me killed, but at that time he was my pal, and Bindon stabbed him up over the common. I think it was Club and Common he stabbed him up, That was over Jackie Stanton. Alan Stanton was his partner. That was over that. Billin had more had like he how can I say he didn't like certain things, even though he was knobbing every woman around. He didn't like certain things, and because he didn't like it, he'd go and sort it out. You know what I mean? I liked him in certain ways, John. I mean, it seems strange that me and him went through such a lot, and then I went to my father-in-law's house, and he's sitting in the front room, you know, and he was yielding. And after that, about a month after that, 2 months after that, he tried to kill me. It don't make no sense, mate. You know, the way he went and people say, why do you hate him so much? That's why I hate him so much, mate, because he tried to kill me. I don't think I want to be his friend after that. You know, definitely, 100%, you know, 100%. I would never want to be his friend after that. You know, and my mother-in-law and my father-in-law loved Johnny Bindon. They loved him, mate, you know. But anyway, I don't know why, because there was a big question mark over Johnny Bindon with my mother-in-law. Anyway, bang, bang, roll. Please press the like button, subscribe. Nice one.